or posted winning records in 8 consecutive seasons from 1991 to 1999 under the tutelage of then coach, now athletic director Al Cooper. And so the Dragons' run of excellence here in recent years continues. They'll have a tough matchup today with a Cathedral team that is 8-9, but the Irish have been playing a little bit better of late too. They had a 5-game losing streak in the last couple of weeks of December, but since the calendar has flipped, they have won 3 of their last 4 games, including winning Thursday night 57-49 at Terre Haute North to get them within a game of 500. And of course, for both of these teams, it's really an opportunity to tune up for the state tournament, as we are 1 day away from the sectional draw. We are basically a week and a half away, 10 days away from the tip-off of the sectional. And so certainly both of these teams want to really be playing their best basketball going into the state tournament. The Dragons are done with conference play. They're 6-1 in the league. They will finish either first or second in the HHC, depending on what happens with Mount Vernon in their final couple of games in the conference. If the Marauders are upended in one of those 2 games, the Dragons will share the conference title and win their second conference championship in the last 3 years. But really the focus right now is on finishing the regular season strong and getting ready for the state tournament. It is senior day today. Even though the Dragons have 2 home games remaining, they have chosen today to be their senior day. So before the game, Addie Jones, Whitney Miller, and Faith Hensel were all honored for their 4 years in this program, and got one of the best 4-year records in school history, as well as a pair of sectional championships and a conference championship in their first 3 years as part of this program. So the Dragons and the Irish getting set to tip it off. Take a look at a couple of the key players. For the Dragons, Isabella Gizzi, the 5'7" sophomore guard, averages 11.7 points a game, but she has posted back-to-back 23-point games, her career high, and now equaling that in the last 2 contests. And so when she has been playing well, usually this Dragon team also really flourishes. Anna Ackerman, a solid outside shooter, averaging 8.6 points a contest. And and really, I think another key player for this Dragon team has been Addie Jones. Averages 7.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, leads the team at 2.4 assists a game. Really does a little bit of everything, both inside and out. A very versatile player for this Dragon team, and getting set to play her final 3 home games of her career. For Cathedral, they are led by senior Courtney Fields, who averages 15.8 points a contest, and junior Katie Bremer, who averages 11.6 points and 6 rebounds a contest. This Cathedral team has a lot of size. Of the 9 players who are dressed today, 5 of them are 5'10" or taller, and they will be starting 3 players, a 5'11", 5'11", 5'10" front line in this one. And so that's something I think that will be a bit of a task for the Dragons to handle. It's a Cathedral team, as we mentioned. They've been playing really well of late, winning 3 of their last 4. The Dragons also playing really well of late, having won their last 3 contests. After tonight, it's 2 more home games. The Dragons will put the red uniforms away for a while after playing 4 straight on the road in 11 of their last 13. They've played just 2 home games since December 1st. After today's game, 2 home games next week. Lawrence Central is in here on Tuesday night, and then Ritter on Thursday to close the regular season. And then it's off to the Muncie Fieldhouse for the sectional, and the Dragons will be attempting to defend their sectional title that they won last season. It's the New Palestine Dragons and the Cathedral Irish this afternoon. This is one of 2 broadcasts we'll have for you on newpalradio.com today, as tonight the boys basketball team will be at Franklin for a 7:30 varsity tip. Paul Gable and I will have the action for you on newpalradio.com. starting at about 7:25 this evening from Franklin High School. The Dragons at Franklin. The boys had a tough 58-52 loss at Roncalli last night. It was a game where the Dragons had multiple opportunities, especially in the final minute. It was really a 1 or 2 point game most of the way, and the Dragons ended up coming up on the short end of that one, but they'll be back at it tonight. 7:25. Paul Gable and I will have the broadcast for you on newpalradio.com. Radio only for that one, and of course, radio and video for both of the girls' games next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Well, video only on Tuesday against LC, and then Thursday we'll have radio coverage and video coverage for you as well on newpalradio.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups and get you ready for tip-off. It's the Dragons and the Irish. This is high school basketball. This is newpalradio.com. Our broadcast is presented by All-Star Turf Management.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management. D&D Strictly Storage in New Palestine is your home for storage needs. D&D Strictly Storage offers a wide variety of storage sizes from 5 by 10 feet up to 10 by 30 feet. They also offer indoor and outdoor parking for your boats and RVs. Locally owned and operated by Don and Maria Blackwell, D&D Strictly Storage is who to call for your storage solution. They're located on County Road 400 West, just north of the railroad tracks in New Palestine. Call them at 861-9231. Again, that's 861-9231 for D&D Strictly Storage. Mention this ad and get your second month free with any rental.
Best in Sight Eye Care has been the leader of quality vision and eyewear in New Palestine for more than 20 years. Our experienced doctors, Tim Huffman, Mark Habing, and Colin Clairbout, use the most advanced state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. At Best in Sight Eye Care, you will find professionals who are dedicated to providing exceptional personal service to everyone who walks through the door. We are conveniently located on Arbor Lane in New Palestine. Just follow US 52 west of Mount Comfort Road. To schedule your appointment, visit bestinsighteyecare.com or call 861-4100. Give your vision the level of care it deserves. Mention this ad for 10% off your glasses purchase.
Now, back to the action on newpalradio.com.
It's about time for tip-off as the Dragons take on the Cathedral Irish. Let's give you the starting lineups for today's game. First for New Palestine, 12-7 on the season. The forwards, Addie Jones, a 5'6 senior, averaging 7.6 points a game, and Grace Marshall, a 5'8 junior, averaging 4.9 points a contest. In the middle, Faith Hensel, 5'9 senior, averaging 4.1 points a game. The guards, Anna Ackerman, a 5'8 junior at 8.6 points a game, and Isabella Gizzi, a 5'7 sophomore, averaging 11.7 points a contest. For Cathedral, which is 8-9 on the year, the forwards, Darren Eli, a 5'11 junior, averaging 6.1 points a game. Katie Bremer, a 5'11 junior, averaging 11.6 points and 6 rebounds a game. And Mia Finn, a 5'10 senior, averaging 7 points and 7.8 rebounds a contest. The backcourt, Nyla Bingham, 5'3 senior, averaging 3.2 points a game. And Clara Lee, a 5'7 senior, averaging 7.1 points a contest. The Irish in the green uniforms, blue numbers trimmed in gold, blue and gold trim. The Dragons in white uniforms, red numbers, black and red trim. Addie Jones in the center jump circle for the Dragons. The Irish win the tip. Mia Finn brings it into the corner for Clara Lee. Back up top, Bingham takes a dribble to the elbow and brings it back up to Katie Bremer at the volleyball line. Over to the left side for Clara Lee. Takes 2 dribbles with Marshall guarding her. Feeds Bingham going down the lane, puts up an acrobatic shot, won't go, but gets her own rebound and puts it up and in. Nyla Bingham. Smallest player on the floor with a putback, and Cathedral takes an early 2-0 lead. Isabella Gizzi brings it up. Irish show man-to-man defense as Gizzi feeds Ackerman, drives baseline, bounces to Addie Jones, left block, takes it to the middle, feeds Marshall for an 18-footer, foot on the line. She knocks it down. Grace Marshall knots this one up at 2. We've played 45 seconds. Cathedral with possession. Dragons in a man-to-man defense. Clara Lee with it. Up top for a catch and shoot by Bremer from 17. It won't go, and Addie Jones corrals the rebound for New Palestine. Jones will bring it up the right side, take it to the right baseline. Dragons in the front court. Feeds Ackerman, curls into the lane, explodes to the basket, goes up with the left hand a little too strong, and Bremer has the rebound for the Irish. Cathedral coming the other way. Bremer goes coast to coast. Nobody picked her up, and she was able to scoop it in. Katie Bremer gives the Irish a 4-2 lead. Dragons in possession. Anna Ackerman works it through Marshall over to Addie Jones, right wing. Pulls up at the free throw line, pitches out to Gizzi, right side. Working on Bingham, takes 2 dribbles, bounces to Jones. She'll curl down the lane, split a double team, ever shot blocked. And Darren Eli collects the loose ball for Cathedral. Again, racing up the floor is Clara Lee. She puts up a shot that's off the rim, no good. Ackerman with the rebound, quickly ahead to Gizzi. Gizzi splits a double team, drives, draws the foul. She'll go to the line for a pair. And so, first foul of the game is on Darren Eli of Cathedral. Isabella to the line, a 63% foul shooter on the season. She has scored 23 points in each of the last 2 games and has the first tonight for her, and that's the first free throw, the first foul of the game as well. Substitution for Cathedral, Caroline Klein has checked in, a 5'11 senior, replacing Darren Eli. Gizzi rolls the second free throw good. She hit them both. We're tied at 4. 6:10 to go opening quarter. As Cathedral starts the offense, Lee feeds into the lane to Mia Finn. Loses the handle, but is able to clear it to Klein. Back up top for a three-point attempt by Lee that is good. Clara Lee knocks down the 3 from the top of the key, and Cathedral takes a 7-4 lead. Gizzi pushes it across midcourt. Feeds Addie Jones. She'll pull up from 16. Free throw line, banks it in. Always money in the bank. Addie Jones scores her first 2. The Dragons trail it by 1. Pull-up jumper from the semicircle just north of the free throw line and kissed it off the glass. You normally don't see him bank in from that distance. Clara Lee feeds Bremer between the circles for Cathedral. She slides to the right side, cut off at the elbow, pitches it back up top for Caroline Klein. Bounce pass, right block to Mia Finn. She posts up her player and rolls it in from the right block, and Cathedral's lead is again 3 at 9-6. Irish have had 4 players score. The Dragons have had 3. We have a whistle and an offensive foul called an illegal screen. And Grace Marshall is the guilty party. First foul on the Dragons in this game. Our officials today, Robbie Miller, Randy Hall, and Warren Cooley. Cathedral with possession and a 3-point lead. We've played 3 minutes. Clara Lee starts the offense and then gets it back. Over to the left side to Mia Finn, takes 1 dribble, feeds it into the corner for Bremer. She'll drive baseline, pitch it over into the corner for Bingham, out to Lee for another 3, and she knocks it down. Clara Lee is an 18% three-point shooter coming into today, but she's 2 for 2 from distance and has given Cathedral a 6-point lead. Isabella Gizzi between the circles. It's knocked free by Bingham. Gizzi gets it back high left. Uses a screen from Jones, takes it to the top of the key, and now clears it to Jones. Left side, she drives, feeds Marshall in the corner for a 3 that is short. And then the Dragons foul on the rebound as Mia Finn had the box out. So this will be Faith Hensel's first. So the Dragons trailing by 6 early, 4:22 to go in the opening quarter. As the Irish have opened it up with a couple of 3-pointers from Clara Lee. She has it in the left corner, circles the arc, guarded by Marshall. Bounce pass into the left corner again from Mia Finn. Back up for Klein, now to the right block to an open Katie Bremer, and she was able to put it off the window and in. For her 4th point, Cathedral has opened up a 14-6 lead. And here's a feed up top. Gizzy, she'll pull up from 3 off the dribble. It's around and no good. Hensel with the rebound. Can't get the putback to go. And the rebound cleared by Caroline Klein. She'll dribble the outlet, feed up the far side to Lee. The pass a little too far, and Lee caught it out of bounds. And so the turnover is Cathedral's first. That'll give possession back to the Dragons, who trail it by 8 early. And now Courtney Fields checks in for Cathedral. She is their leading scorer on the season, 15.8 points a game. She replaces Nyla Bingham. Isabella Gizzi feeds Jones on the right wing, takes a couple of dribbles, works it through Ackerman up top. Ackerman drives inside, draws contact, and a travel is called. Second Dragon turnover. Cathedral with a 14-6 lead, and the Dragons are going to dial up some full court pressure. As Courtney Fields takes the inbounds in a trap, hooks it to midcourt. Cathedral's got numbers. Brimmer down the right side to Klein. Her shot is blocked. She gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Lee, who leaves it a little strong from 17 feet. Long rebound comes all the way out to the midcourt stripe and is corralled by Clara Lee. Second opportunity for Cathedral. Fields in the high circle, backs it up to start the offense. 3:05 to go first quarter. Work a handoff play with Fields and Klein, and Fields tried to drive to the basket. It was knocked out of bounds off of Fields, and that'll give possession to the Dragons. Second Cathedral turnover. Gizzy to bring it up. Dragons in an early 8-point hole. Lee guarding her. Gizzy crosses midcourt. Marshall sets the screen. Gizzy turns the corner, explodes. The basket goes off the glass and in. Isabella's got 4, and the Dragons within 6. Dragons back their pressure off to three-quarter court as Cathedral brings it into the front court to Lee. Lob into the high post, Brimmer. They'll cut off of her. Brimmer takes one dribble, kicks into the corner to Caroline Klein, who dragged to the pivot foot. That's a traveling violation, and that's the third Cathedral turnover. Katie Brimmer will get a breather as Nyla Bingham checks back in for the Irish. Coach Lisa Finn has gone to her bench a few times already in this game. The Dragons still with their original starting 5.5 minutes into the game. Gizzy uses the screen from Hensel, takes it to the top of the key, clears it to Jones, open 3 from the right side. Addie Jones knocks down the 3, and the Dragons are within 3 as they've scored the last 5. Looked like the official was pointing at the three-point line and then signaled it was a 3, so apologies for the confusion. Irish bring it inside. Mia Finn goes off glass and in from the right block. Finn's got 4, and Cathedral leads at 16-11. Gizzy across midcourt, Bingham guarding her. Crosses over, takes her into the lane, draws contact, puts it up, but can't get the shot to go. But she'll draw the foul. It looks like they may be calling this on the floor. And so the Dragons will inbound. It's Mia Finn's first foul, the second on Cathedral. Actually, they're going to say it's a shooting foul. Again, saw the official point to the floor, but Gizzy will shoot a pair, and she hits the first. That's her 5th point. Cuts the Dragon deficit to 4 at 16-12. Isabella 3 for 3 from the line on the day. And now 4 for 4 as she knocks down the second. She's got 6 of the Dragons' 13. Cathedral leads it by 3 with 1:50 to go. Again, full court pressure employed by New Palestine. Courtney Fields has it in the backcourt, hooks it to midcourt. Gizzy knocked it free, but it was taken down by the Irish. Lee finds an open Klein under the basket. Gizzy came flying in to try to disrupt the play and ended up fouling Klein, who will go to the line to shoot a pair. That's Isabella's first foul, the third on New Palestine. And Caroline Klein, who averages 6.2 points a game, will head to the line where she's a 68% free throw shooter. 16-13, Cathedral leads, 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Klein misses the first free throw. This is the Irish's first free throw attempt of the game. Katie Brimmer checks in for Cathedral, replacing Finn. It's Brimmer, Fields, Klein, Bingham, and Lee on the floor for the Irish. Klein hits the second of 2, so she splits the free throws. We're in the final 100 seconds of the first quarter. Dragons trail it by 4. Feed to Faith Hensel. Shows one way, goes the other, off glass and in. Faith Hensel with a good post move from the right block, and the Dragons within 2. And they force a turnover. Grace Marshall knocks it free. Addie Jones tries to save it, but could not do so. Grace Marshall stepped up at midcourt, knocked the ball free. It looked like they had the steal, but couldn't quite corral it. The ball went over to the out-of-bounds line, and Addie Jones with a valiant effort, unable to save it. So Cathedral will gain the basketball back. Work it through Lee, high circle, over to the left side. Courtney Fields drives to the baseline, explodes the basket, leaves a little short with the right hand, gets her own rebound. Under the basket, couldn't get the shot to go, and Addie Jones has the rebound for the Dragons. Pushes it ahead to Ackerman. Drives baseline and is fouled. Anna Ackerman will go to the line to shoot a pair. The Dragons running when they are given the opportunity to, and Cathedral so aggressive, crashing the boards, that there have been opportunities when the Dragons have been able to get stops. Clara Lee commits the foul for the Irish. That's her first. Anna Ackerman to the line to shoot a pair. Her first free throw is around and no good. Anna's a 66% free throw shooter on the season. She's looking for her first point of the night. The Dragons trail it by 2 with 61 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Ackerman, the 5'8 junior, hits the second perfectly. And so the Dragons within 1 with 1:01 to go in the opening quarter. Full court pressure, ball knocked free by Jones. Stolen by Ackerman. She lays it up and in, and the Dragons have taken the lead. And Elisa Finn wants a timeout. The Dragons trailed it 14-8. They are on a 10-3 run. 18-17, the Dragons in the lead. 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll take 1-2. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com. Our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
Pork Vet Solutions is the best veterinary choice for your swine operation. Our 2 doctors, Matt Ackerman and Dylan Lape, can help you position your pork production system for the 21st century. We provide veterinary and consulting services, herd visits, preventive medicine, and more. Pork Vet Solutions is licensed and accredited in 8 states. Reach us online at porkvet.com or call 623-5132. That's porkvet.com or 623-5132. Pork Vet Solutions, literally saving your bacon each and every day.
Dragons employing full court pressure as Cathedral inbounds, trailing now New Palestine by 1. Caroline Klein clears it to Lee. High post Klein. Tried to go high-low, looking for Bremer under the basket, but the pass was a little too tall for her, out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to New Palestine. Dragons trail this game 14-6. They're on a 12-3 run to take the lead at 18-17. Gizzy slides to the right. New Palestine with possession. Feeds Ackerman. Right at the top of the key, launches a 3. It's an air ball. And it'll go out of bounds to Cathedral as Anna just looked a little offline with that shot. So it was an open look. Again, Dragons show full court pressure. Fields has it in the backcourt, knocked free, but she gets it back, picks up her dribble, hooks a pass to Lee, and they break the press 2-on-1 in the front court. And Faith Hensel knocks a pass away and steals it. Bingham was trying to feed it underneath. Hensel was able to reach up and steal it. Ackerman drives to the hoop and draws a foul as she tried to drive baseline, went right around Katie Bremer, who tried to block the shot from behind and got a lot of Anna's arm instead, and that's Bremer's first foul. 4 on the Irish, 9.3 seconds to go in the quarter. Ackerman to the line to shoot a pair. Dragons are 5 of 6 from the line in this game. Ackerman's first free throw, perfect. That's her 4th point. Cathedral substitution. Darren Eli checks back in, replacing Caroline Klein. It's like Lisa Finn likes to substitute on as many dead balls as she can, and so just continuing to rotate players. Ackerman hits both free throws. It's a 3-point Dragon lead. Cathedral pushes it up. Katie Bremer takes it into the lane, puts up a runner. It won't go, and that's how the first quarter ends. The Dragons trailed at 14-6 early. They finish the quarter with a 14-3 run. After 1, it's New Palestine 20, Cathedral 17. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com, our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
At Real Life Church, we've done everything we can to create a place people love so they can experience a loving God. That means we do everything with you in mind. Whether it's our weekend services, our kids and student ministry, or small groups, we really have been expecting you. We've been praying for you, and we're excited about the opportunity to go on a spiritual journey with you. We hope that you'll take your next step and join us this weekend at Real Life Church. There's always room for you.
Catch the Shot Photography as your hometown photographer. Locally owned by Brenda Adams Turk and David Turk, Catch the Shot is dedicated to providing quality photos of your family, seniors, sports, and special events. We offer custom designed products including sponsor banners, photo collages, senior banners, and much more. We look forward to catching the shots with you. Contact Catch the Shot Photography at 317-620-1240 or catchtheshot.com.
You're listening to the Dragons on newpalradio.com.
Back to action in the second quarter. Isabella Gizzi with an ankle-breaking crossover, but explodes to the basket and leaves it a little strong. And so the Irish with the rebound. Dragons with a 3-point lead. Cathedral with the basketball. Bremer feeds Mia Finn. She drives from the wing to the basket. Can't get the shot to go, but she'll draw the foul. And so this will send Mia Finn to the line. Faith Hensel commits her second foul, so she becomes the first player on either team with 2. And Finn to the line where she's a 41% foul shooter, and that one hits the side of the rim and falls off. Finn will have one more shot coming. And it is in the air and a little strong. Rebound fought for, knocked out of bounds. And it will go to Cathedral. Last touch by Isabella Gizzi, who was fighting for it. So the Irish with the extra possession. And Elena Miller has just checked into the game, knocks the inbounds pass free, but it comes back to the Irish. Here's Bremer feeding Bingham, catches on the block, and looked like she traveled, but they're going to call a foul. That's not a very popular call among the fans in red, and it's Addie Jones' first foul. Anna Ackerman will check in, replacing Faith Hensel for New Palestine. Courtney Fields back in for Cathedral, replacing Lee. Inbounds pass comes to Finn, left corner, bounces to the block, and we've got a reach-around foul called on Anna Ackerman. That's her first, and that's 6 on the Dragons. So that'll be their last common foul. The next one will put Cathedral in the bonus. Inbounds pass into the corner to Finn. She tried to throw it over the top. Jones knocked it down, but Finn was able to get it back. Tried to go block to block. Stolen by Elena Miller, but Miller lost the handle, and it's stolen back by Courtney Fields. Bingham will start the offense for Cathedral with Elena Miller guarding her. Takes it to the left side to Courtney Fields. Up top for Bremer. She holds and swings it over to the right side to Darren Eli. Eli crosses over. Drives Grace Marshall to the basket, has her shot partially blocked, but the loose ball comes right to Mia Finn on the opposite side. She lays it in for her 6th point. Cathedral back within 1 at 20-19. Gizzi to start the offense to Elena Miller left side. She drives into the lane, try to pick and pop. It was knocked free, but comes to Anna Ackerman at the top of the key. Over to Jones. Pull-up jumper from 15 is a little too strong, and Eli has the rebound for the Irish. 2019, Dragons lead. We've played 90 seconds of the second quarter. Finn to the right side for Cathedral to Fields. They'll run cutters off the free throw line as they bring it up top to Bingham. Elena Miller guarding her as Bingham brings it back to Fields on the right side. Lob underneath for Eli, who catches and lays it in. And the Dragon fans, again, a little bit cantankerous as they thought Eli pushed off to get the space to get to that shot. Cathedral leads it by 1. Isabella Gizzi tried to drive around Courtney Fields, who bumped her. And that'll be Fields' first foul. That's the 5th on Cathedral. So the Dragons will take it out of bounds. Foul trouble. Faith Hensel has a pair for New Palestine. Nobody for Cathedral has more than 1. 21-20 Irish lead. Isabella Gizzi has the ball off the inbounds. Starts the offense high right. Takes it to the top of the key. Works it through Elena Miller on the left side. She'll bring it to the top of the key. Cross over to the elbow and kick it out to Grace Marshall. Hooks it over to the right baseline for Anna Ackerman. Back out through Marshall to Jones into the left corner for Miller. Elena will work it back up top. Addie Jones explodes down the lane. Her scoop shot is blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with New Palestine. As that ball never got above shoulder height. Gizzi to inbound to Elena Miller on the high right side. 5:36 to go. Here it's a shot from Anna Ackerman, a 3 out of the left corner. That's good as the Dragons swung it around the horn, and Ackerman knocks down her first triple of the game. The Dragons lead it by 2. Cathedral breaks New Palestine's full court pressure, and then Addie Jones commits her second foul. She got in the air trying to run and jump at an offensive player, and then the player very wisely realized that Addie was in the air and drove right at her to draw the foul. So Addie will have to sit with 2 fouls and 5 points. That's the 7th team foul, so Darren Eli to the line for Cathedral. As a team, the Irish are a 61% foul shooting team. They're 1 for 4 on the day. Eli is a 50% free throw shooter. 5'11 junior. It's a high arch on that one. He hit the rim 3 times and fell off, but another offensive rebound on a missed free throw for Cathedral as Mia Finn got to it. It was knocked out of bounds by New Palestine, so the Irish will maintain possession. Inbounds pass to Finn, coming off a screen, catches at the left block, wide open and lays it in for her 8th point to tie the game at 23. Dragons with possession. Corinne Marshall is checked into the game to replace Addie Jones. Feeds Gizzy. She'll launch a 3 from the right wing and knock it down. Back-to-back triples for the Dragons. Isabella Gizzy knocks that one down for her 9th point. The Dragons lead at 26-23. New Palestine knocks the inbounds pass away, but it'll stay with Cathedral. Inbounds to Courtney Fields. She'll push it up the far side to Darren Eli. Eli drives Marshall to the baseline. Grace had the initial defense. Corinne cut her off. She's able to go block to block to Mia Finn, who goes high off the glass and in. Finn's got 10 of Cathedral's 25. Corinne Marshall's going to launch a 3 the other way. This one rattles no good. Grace Marshall keeps the rebound alive. Into the corner for Anna Ackerman. Now top for Miller. Top of the key for Corinne Marshall, and now the Dragons will reset to Isabella Gizzy. 4.5 to go, second quarter. It's a 1-point New Palestine lead. Gizzy slides to the left side. Pulls up in the corner, feeds Elena Miller up top. She'll drive down the right side, put one up with the right hand. It won't go. It was partially blocked by Katie Bremer, and then a frustration foul on the rebound is going to let Cathedral walk at 84 feet and get free throws. It's Grace Marshall's second foul, so foul trouble starting to pile up for the Dragons. They've got 3 players with 2 each. Timeout is whistled on the floor by Sarah Gizzy. We will keep it here. The Dragons lead it 26-25. Make sure you join us later on tonight. Dragon boys basketball against the Franklin Grizzly Cubs. Paul Gable and I will have the call for you at 7:25 tonight from Franklin. Dragon boys basketball against the Franklin Grizzly Cubs. And we've got a whole slew of hoops next week on newpalradio.com and the New Palestine High School Athletics YouTube page. Tuesday night, double barrel action. The girls will be home against Lawrence Central. We'll have YouTube-only coverage of that one on Tuesday at 7:25. The Dragons taking on the Lawrence Central Bears. The Dragon boys basketball team will be at Warren Central. Mike Petrie will have that broadcast on newpalradio.com, again starting at 7:25. Then back here Wednesday for boys basketball as the Dragons host Heron. Finn knocks down the first free throw of the 1-and-1 to tie the game up at 26 as we're back to action. Finn has 7 of her 11 points in this second quarter. She has 7 of Cathedral's 9 points in this quarter. She's 1 for 3 from the line, and now 1 for 4 as that one's no good. Good block out by Anna Ackerman to get the rebound. Ahead to Isabella Gizzy up the left side. We're tied at 26 as we hit the midway point of the second quarter. Gizzy over to the right side to Elena Miller. Bounces for Marshall. Pass was a little bit too wide of her. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Darren Eli of Cathedral, so it'll stay with New Palestine. Gizzy to inbound. Right baseline. The end of the left corner trying to feed Ackerman, but good hand by Mia Finn was able to knock it out of bounds. And so the Dragons will inbound baseline left. Gizzy doing the honors. Looks up top. It's picked off. She was trying to get it to Elena Miller. Read well by Clara Lee. And here's Bingham coming up the far side. Fields tried to put up a shot from under the basket. It wouldn't go. Corinne Marshall has the rebound for the Dragons. She picks up her dribble with some pressure in the backcourt. Is able to clear it to Ackerman. 2-on-1 into the front court. Ackerman pulls up from 14. It's a little too strong. Gets her own rebound. Draws contact. Doesn't get the call or the shot. And the ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with New Palestine. 26-26, 3:43 to go in quarter number 2. Gizzy to inbound, baseline left for the Dragons. Looking, and 5-second call. That was a very, very, very quick 5 seconds called by Warren Cooley on the baseline. But the turnover will give the ball to Cathedral. That's the 5th Dragon turnover. And Courtney Fields inbound, takes the inbounds, back to lead, she traveled. So that's the 7th Cathedral turnover. And so the Dragons will get the ball back in the front court. 3:39 to go, quarter number 2, tied at 26. The Dragons scoring in this quarter, a pair of threes, Anna Ackerman and Isabella Gizzy. Inbounds pass comes to Elena Miller. She'll drive to the free throw line, bounce it out for a three-point attempt by Corinne Marshall that is short. The rebound corralled by Lee, and she travels. Lee caught the rebound, drew some contact, but in the opinion of the official, went down to the floor on her own. And that's a traveling violation, so that'll give the Dragons possession back. Gizzy to inbound baseline right to Ackerman. She drives into the lane, draws a foul. As Ackerman, a good strong drive from the right wing into the paint. And Mia Finn becomes the first player in a green jersey to pick up her second foul. That's the 6th team foul, so New Palestine will inbound from the baseline. Addie Jones checks back in for the Dragons, replacing Corinne Marshall. And also Katie Bremer back in for Cathedral. Gizzy inbounds to Jones. Kicks it out to Marshall for a three from the left wing, and make that Ackerman. And Ackerman knocks down her second three of the quarter. The Dragons lead at 29-26. Cathedral with possession. Lee over to the left side to Courtney Fields. Now to Bremer, curling down the lane off a screen. Fires from 10. It may have been deflected by Addie Jones. The ball grazed to the front of the rim and fell into the hands of Isabella Gizzy. Gizzy drives left side of the lane, explodes to the basket, can't get the shot to go, but she draws a foul. She'll go to the line. Gizzy, when she sees the opening to the hoop, has done a really good job of finding that second gear and going to the basket and either getting the shot or getting to the line. She's 4 for 4 from the stripe today and has 9 points, now 10 as she drains the first free throw. The Dragons with their biggest lead of the day at 30-26. Caroline Klein checks back in for Cathedral, replacing, well, I thought it was Bremer who was running to the bench, but she said, nope, you're staying in. I believe it was Fields that goes out of the game. Gizzy knocks down both free throws. She's got 11 points. The lead for New Palestine is 5. Full court pressure. Lee picks up her dribble in the backcourt, is able to hook it up to Bingham, gets it into the front court to Klein. Back up top to Bingham. 2:50 to go. Bingham drives into the lane, now has to reverse course as Ackerman picks her up. Up top to Bremer. Brings it over to the right side to Clara Lee, guarded by Elena Miller. Into the corner for Darren Eli. She'll drive baseline, lose the defender, and there's a reason why she lost the defender, is because Grace Marshall took the charge as Eli came barreling in and is called for the offensive foul. It's a team control foul, so there will be no free throw shot, even though it's the 8th team foul. It is Eli's second, so now 3 Cathedral players with 2 fouls each. 2.5 to go. Dragons lead it by 5 with the basketball here in the second quarter. Gizzy uses a screen up top, and there's a holding foul called on Cathedral. And this will send the Dragons to the line. That's Darren Eli's third. So Eli will have to sit, and we'll see Catherine Klein check in for the first time. Klein is a freshman, playing the JV game. Gizzy knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1 as that was the 9th team foul on Cathedral. Isabella's got 12. The Dragons lead at 32-26. Second free throw, also a swish from Gizzy. She is 8 of 8 from the line in this game. 33-26 New Palestine leads. Cathedral working against full court pressure, is able to get it across midcourt. Now, what do we have? I think we had a foul whistled on Addie Jones. That is the case, and now Addie's got 3. So Faith Hensel will check in for her. And this will send Caroline Klein to the line, where she's 1 for 2 on the day. Dragons lead at 33-26. 2:20 to go here in quarter number 2. Klein's front end of the 1-and-1 rattles home. She'll have one more coming. Dragons have Faith Hensel, Rachel Kelly, Isabella Gizzi, Anna Ackerman, and Grace Marshall on the floor. And now Hensel will take a breather as Elena Miller checks in for her. Klein with 2 points on the afternoon, looking for her third, and more importantly for the Irish, looking to cut this to a 5-point game, and she does just that. 33-28, Dragons push it into the front court. Kelly to Miller to Marshall. Right block, spins around a defender, feeds Gizzi, drives from the left side, a little too strong, fights for the rebound. It comes into the hands of Elena Miller. She leaves it short from the right side of the lane, and Cathedral has the rebound. They'll push it into the front court. Klein drops it off for Bingham. Up to the top, Bremer. Takes 2 dribbles, hooks it into the lane for Klein. Takes 1 dribble, pitches out to Bingham. She'll drive into the lane, leave it short from the center of the lane, and Isabella Gizzi corrals the rebound. Dragons lead it by 5. 105 seconds to go in the half. Elena Miller up top to Isabella Gizzi to set up the offense. Gizzi slides to the right, uses Miller's screen. Back up top to Kelly. Kelly drives, right elbow, splits a double team, scores. Rachel Kelly with a good strong drive. For her first 2, the Dragons are up 7. Quickly the other way comes Bingham. She hits the trailer Bremer. Over the left side, Lee into the corner for Catherine Klein, who throws up an air ball from 3. And we have a foul on the rebound. And it's going to go on Cathedral. So we'll make the 84-foot walk to the other end, and the Dragons will shoot a double bonus. Nyla Bingham commits her first foul. So Anna Ackerman to shoot a pair. She's 3 for 4. She has 11 points. Dragons with 2 double-figure scorers here in the first half, as Gizzi has 13. Ackerman takes her 5 dribbles, steadies the basketball, and rims this one no good. A little too strong. Corinne Marshall will replace her older sister Grace in the Dragon lineup. Corinne, a freshman, 5'7", averaging 3.1 points a game, has played really well in the varsity minutes that she has had. Also, outstanding job for the JV team that won big today, 44-30. Ackerman splits the 2 free throws as she hits the second. It's an 8-point lead, biggest of the game for the Dragons. 1:12 to go in the half. Bingham over to the left side to Lee. She's guarded by Kelly. Works it through Bremer. Tried to feed Bingham, couldn't, so brings it to the left side. Shows, now pitches out to Lee. Her 3 is a little too strong, but the weak side rebound is controlled by Klein, Caroline Klein of Cathedral. Her sister Catherine also on the floor for the Irish. Final minute of the half. Bingham resets the offense with 50. Over to the right side, Lee lobs into the block for Klein, takes 2 dribbles, and is fouled. Dragons tried to knock it free, and a hand-checking foul is called, and this will send Caroline Klein back to the free throw line with 45 seconds to go in the half. This will be Corinne Marshall's first. So Klein is 3 for 4. She's a 68% foul shooter on the season, and she's now 4 for 5 on the day. All of her points have come from the line. This cuts the Dragons' lead to 7. Cathedral led this one by 8 early. New Palestine has since turned the tables and taken an 8-point lead. Klein misses the second free throw, so she splits the 2. Corinne Marshall with a rebound, dribbles her own outlet. 40 seconds to go in the half. Into the corner for Elena Miller. She'll drive, back up to Marshall at the elbow, now to Gizzi between the circles. Gizzi in the high circle, bounces to Elena Miller right at the top of the key. She'll drive, tried to feed it underneath. The ball's knocked around off all kinds of bodies, goes out of bounds. Turnover to Cathedral. That offensive set just never really looked like the Dragons were in sync. And so their 6th turnover of the day gives Cathedral the basketball. The Irish could take the final shot if they so choose, as we're in the final 20 seconds. They'll weave it up top to Bingham, to the elbow, now to Lee. She'll back it up with 12 seconds. Lob into the high post for Klein. She'll turn, put up an off-balance shot off the glass and in. Caroline Klein's got 6, and the Irish within 5. With 3 seconds, Gizzy drives, puts up a wild shot, won't go. Bingham has the rebound, and that's how the half will end. New Palestine trailed by 8 early, led by 8 late in the second quarter. Cathedral has since cut it to 5, and that's where we stand at halftime. 36-31, New Palestine in the lead. The D&D Strictly Storage Best in Sight Family Eye Care halftime show commences momentarily. We'll give you the halftime scoring numbers and more. Tell you about what else is happening in Dragon Athletics. Give you the HHC scores from games that are taking place this afternoon. That all comes up momentarily on newpalradio.com. It's the D&D Strictly Storage Best in Sight Family Eye Care halftime show. It's the Dragons leading the Irish 36-31. This is Dragon Basketball on newpalradio.com. Our broadcast is presented by All-Star Turf Management.
D&D Strictly Storage in New Palestine is your home for storage needs. D&D Strictly Storage offers a wide variety of storage sizes from 5 by 10 feet up to 10 by 30 feet. They also offer indoor and outdoor parking for your boats and RVs. Locally owned and operated by Don and Maria Blackwell, D&D Strictly Storage is who to call for your storage solution. They're located on County Road 400 West, just north of the railroad tracks in New Palestine. Call them at 861-9231. Again, that's 861-9231 for D&D Strictly Storage. Mention this ad and get your second month free with any rental.
Best in Sight Eye Care has been the leader of quality vision and eyewear in New Palestine for more than 20 years. Our experienced doctors, Tim Huffman, Mark Habig, and Colin Clairbout, use the most advanced state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. At Best in Sight Eye Care, you will find professionals who are dedicated to providing exceptional personal service to everyone who walks through the door. We are conveniently located on Arbor Lane in New Palestine. Just follow US 52 west of Mount Comfort Road. To schedule your appointment, visit bestinsighteyecare.com or call 861-4100. Give your vision the level of care it deserves. Mention this ad for 10% off your glasses purchase.
Now, back to the action on newpalradio.com.
Halftime at the Dragons' Den. The New Palestine Dragons lead the Cathedral Irish 36-31. Let's give you the halftime scoring numbers. First for New Palestine, Isabella Gizzi leading the way with 13 points, leading all scorers. She has a 3, a 2, and she is 8 of 8 from the line. Anna Ackerman has 12. She has 3 baskets, including a pair of threes, and she is 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. Addie Jones has a 2 and a 3 for 5. Faith Hensel, Rachel Kelly, and Grace Marshall all have a basket each for 2. Elena Miller and Corinne Marshall have both played, but have yet to score for the Dragons. 10 field goals, 4 of them threes. They're 12 of 14 from the line. Cathedral led by Mia Finn, who has 5 field goals. She's 1 of 4 from the line for 11. Caroline Klein has 6. She has a basket. She has 4 of 6 from the line. Clara Lee has a pair of threes for 3. Katie Bremer has a pair of baskets for 4. Nyla Bingham has a field goal for 2. Darren Eli has a field goal, 0 of 1 from the line for 2 points. Also, we've seen Courtney Fields and Catherine Klein have played but have yet to score. 12 field goals, 2 of them threes, 5 of 11 for the line for Cathedral. 20-17, New Palestine led it after a quarter. 36-31 is our halftime score after a 16-14 second quarter for New Palestine. The Dragons with a lead. Let's tell you what else is going on. The boys basketball team, a tough 58-52 loss at Roncalli last night, but they will be back in action tonight and a lot more in the next week as they take on Franklin tonight at 7:30. And then Tuesday night, they'll be at Warren Central. Wednesday, back home here against Heron. And then Friday night, back to conference play against a surging Yorktown team that won the Delaware County Championship last week. Congratulations to Coach Jason Tillage and the boys swimming team. They won the Warren Central Invitational by 4 points. They knocked off Warren Central to win that 7-team Invitational. And the girls today finished second to Warren Central. And so congratulations to the swim teams. The girls swimming team will be competing in the sectional Thursday and Saturday here at the New Palestine High School Natatorium, and always a good time. Al Cooper, the AD here at New Palestine High School, has joined us here at halftime, and Coach Cooper, new opponent on the schedule.
Yeah.
This team we've not seen in a while here at New Palestine, but a really good competitive game and a really solid performance by the Dragons in the first half.
Very competitive game. I think Coach Gizzy's done a great job trying to get some pressure going. That pressure's been very effective for us this game. Kind of really helped us dictate the tempo. And, you know, like it's been going for a girls basketball team here recently, the shot's been going down.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it makes things a lot cleaner. And players play with much more confidence at both ends of the floor, and that's kind of what we've seen.
Yeah, so you've coached this game for a long time and very successfully, and that's really what it comes down to. When you can knock down shots, everything else kind of falls into place.
Yeah, you look at, you know, you mentioned about our boys basketball team last night. I mean, tough loss on the road, but part of that was, you know, sometimes the ball doesn't go in, and when it doesn't, it makes it difficult. And, you know, when it does, you play better. And with girls, they are really tied to shooting success a lot of times, and that's just a fact in almost any sport, when basketball related anyway. So they have done a good job. They're playing much better, playing very quick, very physical, and that's what's going to be needed come tournament time when we go over to Muncie Central this year in girls basketball.
Yeah, the Muncie Fieldhouse, what a venue. We of course got a chance to enjoy a boys basketball sectional and a successful one there last year, but this is really a fun time of year because we're getting into tournament play. The wrestling and girls swim teams will contest their sectional tournaments next weekend. We're 2 weeks away from the girls basketball tournament, and this is
big
really
draw tomorrow.
Yeah, the draw's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So this is really kind of a time when we get to see the culmination of our student athlete seasons and get to see them play for championships.
Well, you know, you mentioned tournament time. Wrestling's coming up here very quickly as well with girls basketball, and proud of our wrestlers. They finished second in the conference. They're getting better every day and doing really good things. And we're just trying to, like you said, keep moving forward and really be ready and peaking at the right time come tournament time. So I would say right now that's happening. You mentioned swimming. Big win yesterday with the boys at Warren Central tournament. Or invitational, and then the girls got second today. So coming off a win this week in the regular season. So we're it's just trying to keep moving, just enjoy. You know, thus far we've had over 90% of our schedules have been played, and gymnastics kicked off theirs. They're going to meet today. In fact, they probably just finished. So just want to try to keep moving forward, and that's been our theme all year, really.
And really, you look at it now as we get close to the end of the winter season, it's really been a successful athletic year, both on the fields and the courts, but really off of it as well. As you've mentioned, our student athletes, their dedication to trying to do the right things has allowed them to have a season. And
I have noticed a huge appreciation for just being able to participate. And to me, that kind of gets back to the essence of education-based athletics, being able to participate, enjoy the team that you're participating with, and the friendships that you build, and those relationships that are so important to, kids who will not be professional athletes, So, and just continuing what our mission is, being, high character and highly committed and first class all the time. And I'm very proud of all of our teams and what they've been able to accomplish this year and how they've represented New Palestine High School.
Al Cooper, thanks for joining us at halftime, the athletic director here at New Palestine High School, and enjoy the second half.
Yep, see ya.
It's New Palestine High School athletic director Al Cooper joining us at halftime. We're going to take a break. When we come back, second half action will commence. The Dragons lead the Irish 36-31. This is Dragon Basketball on newpalradio.com.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management. With a former Dragon star in Bloomington, all eyes should be on the Hoosiers football program this year. HoosierHuddle.com is a free and independent site that has covered the football team since 2013. They provide roster analysis, player profiles, interviews, game previews, wrap-ups, and more. You can follow them on Twitter at Hoosier_Huddle or visit HoosierHuddle.com to keep up with your in-state favorites.
You're listening to The Dragons on NewPalRadio.com.
Time for the second half at the Dragons' Den. New Palestine leading Cathedral 36-31. The Irish will have the ball to begin the second half. Isabella Gizzi leading the way for the Dragons with 13. Anna Ackerman has 12. Mia Finn leads the way for Cathedral with 11. Irish with the basketball. Courtney Fields drives, loses her defender, leaves it a little short from the left side of the lane, and Isabella Gizzi corrals the rebound. Fields on her, and Gizzi uses a screen from the official to get free and cross midcourt. The official just kind of found himself, unfortunately, in the way there as Addie Jones pulls up from 17 and knocks it down on the left side. Addie's got 7, and the lead for the Dragons is 7. Cathedral breaks the press. Bingham to the right block to Klein. She lays it up and in. Klein's got 8. The lead is 5 for New Palestine at 38-33. Isabella Gizzi to bring it up for the Dragons. Slides to the left side, and it's going to be called for an offensive foul. Gizzi came off the screen, maybe extended the arm. Klein went down very, very easily and sold the call enough to get the whistle. Second foul on Gizzi. Nyla Bingham with it left wing, up top for Lee. Lobs to Klein. Right elbow, backs it out into the corner. And here's Fields, takes 2 dribbles. Right baseline to Klein. She drives, goes block to block, but Finn was tied up. 10th Cathedral turnover. 38-33. Dragons with the lead in the basketball as we've played 100 seconds of the third quarter. Gizzi across midcourt feeds Addie Jones, left wing. Jones tried to feed it underneath to Grace Marshall. It was knocked free, and a jump ball is called, and this will turn it back over to Cathedral. That's the 8th New Palestine turnover in this game. So 6:32 to go, and Cathedral will get the basketball back. Irish had an early 14-6 lead. The Dragons turned the tables. They took an 8-point lead at 36-28 in the second quarter. Cathedral looking to eat into that right now. Here's a drive from Fields, and she draws a foul. And she was able to get to the hoop. And that's Isabella Gizzi's third. That's trouble for New Palestine, as Gizzi and Addie Jones have 3 fouls each, and Isabella's picked up 2 in the first minute, or first 2 minutes of the third quarter, and she's going to have to take a break. Fields knocks down the first free throw for her first point, and the second one rattles home as well. So Cathedral now 7 of 13 from the line. Dragons lead is 3. Elena Miller will take over the point guard duties. Dragons work it to Hensel, right block, back out to Grace Marshall. She'll drive, pitch it out to Jones, left wing. One dribble to Elena Miller up top. She'll drive right side of the lane, draw contact, and a blocking foul, and this looks like it might be the third on Mia Finn of Cathedral. We'll see the call. That is the case. That's Finn's third. So Finn and Eli have 3 for Cathedral. Gizzi and Jones have 3 each for New Palestine. Inbounds pass comes to Addie Jones, but it's knocked out of her hands by Bingham out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons. Katie Bremer replaces Mia Finn in the Cathedral lineup. 6:05 to go third quarter. It's a 3-point Dragon lead. Inbounds pass. Grace Marshall goes in the block, has her shot partially blocked. It goes off the bottom of the rim, and the Irish corral the rebound. Bremer up to Fields. She tries the right side, tries to split a double team, walked all over the place and got away with it and lays it in. Fields took a hop, skip, and a jump down the lane and was able to lay it in, and the Dragons have seen their lead sliced to 1, and Addie Jones' shot from the middle of the lane won't go. Nyla Bingham with the rebound. Cathedral with a chance to take the lead. Fields to the left side to Lee. Brings it up top to Grace Marshall. Back over to Fields, left wing. Lobs it to Klein on the block. Takes Hensel to the middle. Leaves it a little short. Good D by by Faith Hensel. And she outlets to Ackerman. Dragons break it across midcourt. Elena Miller, right side of the lane, cut off. Bounces out to Ackerman, who launches a 3 from the right wing. It is short, and it's corralled by Clara Lee. Cathedral pushing it the other way. Lee to the right baseline, tried to challenge Marshall, and threw it away. Hensel picks it off. Addie Jones will bring it up. 4:55 to go. Dragons lead it by 1. Jones pulls up at the elbow. Bounces over to Elena Miller. Now to Hensel. Turnaround shot from the middle of the lane. Scores. Faith Hensel's got her 4th point. The lead back up to 3 at 40-37. 4:43 to go. Fields drives Miller. Gets the basket. Draws a foul. This game is being very tightly called. And so that benefits the team. It's going to just put its head down and go to the basket. And now Addie Jones has 4 fouls. So foul trouble really, really mounting for the Dragons. As Addie Jones has 4 and Isabella Gizzi has 3, and they're both going to have to sit. Gizzi has been on the bench, and now Rachel Kelly will replace Jones. First free throw from Fields is good. She has 5 points all in this quarter. The Dragon lead down to 2 at 40-38. So Rachel Kelly is in. So the Dragon lineup right now is Elena Miller, Rachel Kelly, Grace Marshall, Anna Ackerman, and Faith Hensel. Fields hits the second free throw for her 6th point. 40-39, New Palestine leads. Elena Miller feeds up top to Ackerman. Over to the right side to Rachel Kelly. Kelly feeds inside to Hensel. She tried to draw a contact. Can't believe she didn't get a call. And the shot goes no good. You could tell Hensel's body language. She was a bit incredulous there, but we go on. Here's the feed to Bingham into the lane. Pitches into the corner for a catch-and-shoot 3 by Klein, and she knocks it down. Klein's got 11, and Cathedral has retaken the lead for the first time since the early stages of the second quarter. It's 41-40. Grace Marshall tries to answer and does with a catch-and-shoot 3 from the top of the key. Marshall's got 5. The Dragons retake the lead at 43-41. 3:50 to go. Cathedral's Clara Lee has it on the right side with Grace Marshall guarding her. Feeds it to the top of the key to Bremer. Over to Fields on the left wing. Fields looks to drive on Miller. Does. Leaves it a little short. Rebound comes back to Fields. Puts it off glass and in. Courtney Fields has 8 all in this quarter. And we're tied up at 43. Grace Marshall looks like she's getting up a little slowly. It is walking it off as she brings it back up to midcourt. Official was asking her if she was okay, and she said she was, so play continues. Elena Miller has it on the left wing, tie game. Miller tried to hook it underneath to Grace Marshall, but the play did not connect, and the Dragons throw it out of bounds. So it's the 9th turnover, and Sarah Gizzi wants a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take 1, 2. 3:09 to go third quarter. Dragons and Cathedral tied at 43. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com. Our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management.
Now, back to the action on newpalradio.com.
3:09 to go in the third quarter. Andrew Smith along with you as the New Palestine Dragons and Cathedral Irish tied at 43. And Cathedral has the basketball. Story of this game has been foul trouble. Both teams have two starters on the bench with 3, and in one case, 4 fouls. Cathedral with the basketball. Lee over to the right side. Courtney Fields looks to drive, step back, 2 is no good. And the long rebound comes to Grace Marshall for New Palestine. She'll bring it up. Guarded by Lee. Rachel Kelly sets a screen. Marshall into the lane is fouled. Grace was grabbed on the way to the basket. And the foul will be called on Clara Lee. That is her second. So Elena Miller to inbound baseline right. We're tied at 43. Miller feeds Grace Marshall, left block. She takes Klein to the middle, puts it up a little too strong with the right hand, and the rebound lands into the hands of Courtney Fields. Pushes it up the floor to Lee into the left corner. She'll slow things down. Clara Lee backs it out high left, works it through Fields to the top of the key. Miller guarding her. Fields picks up her dribble. Clears it back out to Lee on the left wing. Up top for Klein. Now over to the right side for Fields. Drives into the lane, spins to the right hand, puts it off glass a little too strong, but it's tipped back up and in by Bremer. And Cathedral takes the lead back at 45-43. Kelly will race it across midcourt on Bingham. Explodes the right side of the lane, goes to the basket, high off the glass, count the basket, and a foul as Rachel Kelly took it all the way from the left side down the right side of the lane, draws the contact and the foul, and Kelly ties the game back up and has an opportunity at a three-point play. The foul on Clara Lee is her third, so she becomes the third Cathedral starter with 3. Kelly trying to complete the three-point play. She does not, as it's off the back of the rim, and Bremer has the rebound. Tied at 45, final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Timeout called by Cathedral as Lisa Finn wants a full. 1:55 to go, third quarter. Dragons 45, Cathedral 45. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPowerRadio.com, our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
At Real Life Church, we've done everything we can to create a place people love so they can experience a loving God. That means we do everything with you in mind. Whether it's our weekend services, our kids and student ministry, or small groups, we really have been expecting you. We've been praying for you, and we're excited about the opportunity to go on a spiritual journey with you. We hope that you'll take your next step and join us this weekend at Real Life Church. There's always room for you.
Pork Vet Solutions is the best veterinary choice for your swine operation. Our 2 doctors, Matt Ackerman and Dylan Lape, can help you position your pork production system for the 21st century. We provide veterinary and consulting services, herd visits, preventive medicine, and more. Pork Vet Solutions is licensed and accredited in 8 states. Reach us online at porkvet.com or call 623-5132. That's porkvet.com or 623-5132. Pork Vet Solutions, literally saving your bacon each and every day.
You're listening to The Dragons on newpalradio.com.
Back to action, 1:50 to go in the third quarter. New Palestine and Cathedral tied at 45 in the Saturday afternoon at the Dragons' Den. Courtney Fields has the basketball for Cathedral. Hesitation dribble down the left side of the lane, goes to the basket and draws the foul on Grace Marshall, and that'll be Grace's third. Now the Dragons with 3 starters with 3+ fouls. And Courtney Fields back to the line where her game's going to the basket, and she has been able to make a lot happen on the drive in the third quarter. You can tell that was an adjustment that Lisa Finn had made, as she did not start this game, did not score in the first half, and she now has 9 points and is 5 of 5 from the line after hitting the first free throw. Anna Ackerman replaces Grace Marshall in the or Corinne Marshall, I should say, replaces Grace in the Dragons lineup. Fields hits both free throws. She's got 10. She's 6 of 6 from the stripe. Cathedral leads it by 2. Rachel Kelly in the backcourt to Ackerman. Ackerman crosses midcourt, throws it away. She was trying to lob it, and it was picked off by Klein. 10th Dragon turnover. Here's a 3 from the wing. Knock it down. Lee hits her third of the day. She came into the game at 18% three-point shooter, and she's drilled 3, and the Dragons now at a 5-point hole. And Elena Miller just traveled. as the Dragons broke the press, back-to-back turnovers, and I think the loss of Isabella Gizzi due to foul trouble is really starting to show as Cathedral has been able to flip the script. The Dragons had a 5-point lead when she left the game, and now they're in a 5-point hole. And the Dragons also with a couple other starters on the bench as well. Here is Fields catching on the baseline, drives and travels. Courtney Fields travels. That's the 12th Cathedral turnover. Final minute of the third quarter, and Gizzi is coming into the game. I think, that 5 points is probably the farthest you can let the deficit get before, the Dragons were able to play without her for 6 minutes. But she comes in with 3 fouls. Cathedral full court press. Corinne Marshall travels. Marshall was trying to break the press and drag the pivot foot back-to-back turnovers for the Dragons. And Cathedral with a 5-point lead in the basketball. As Courtney Fields will bring it up, and now gives it to Lee. Corinne Marshall will pick Lee up, lob into the high post to Bremer. Bremer turns, takes it into the lane, and brings it back up top to Fields. Lobs into the lane for Klein. Ackerman knocked it free, but it came into the corner. Klein under the basket, scores off the glass. Caroline Klein has 13. The Dragons are down 7. It's been a 12-point swing here in the third quarter. Dragons break the pressure. Faith Hensel up the right side, puts up a runner and scores. Faith Hensel's got 6. The Dragons are down 5, 14 seconds to go in the quarter. 52-47 as Fields crosses midcourt and throws it away. Really nothing happening there, but Fields threw the ball, I think expecting Klein to cut one way, and the pass was just errant. And so that's the 13th Cathedral turnover. Dragons get the ball with 5 seconds. Gizzi against pressure. Gets past Klein, pulls up from the left wing for 3. It's off the front of the rim, no good. And that's how the third quarter will end. Cathedral with 21 points in the quarter outscores the Dragons 21-11 and takes a 52-47 lead going into the final quarter. We'll take a break, come back right after this. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com. Our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management.
Now, back to the action on NewPalRadio.com.
Fourth quarter action begins. The Dragons now staring down a 1-2-2 zone as they begin the quarter with possession. Hensel into the corner to Anna Ackerman. She drives baseline, feeds Hensel, center of the lane, leaves it a little too short. Ackerman fighting for the rebound, ties up Bremer, and the possession turn goes to Cathedral. Isabella Gizzi leads the way for the Dragons with 13. Anna Ackerman has 12, but they were both held scoreless in the third quarter. And Cathedral's Courtney Fields had 10 of the Irish's 21 points in the quarter. The Dragons were outscored 21-11. That allowed Cathedral to turn a 36-31 deficit into a 52-47 lead. We have a foul away from the ball on Anna Ackerman. That's her second. 5th on the team. And it'll be Irish basketball. Clara Lee inbounds baseline left. And has the pass deflected by Gizzi, but it comes to Fields. She drives the baseline, puts it off glass and in. Courtney Fields has 12, and Cathedral back up 7. Again, 1-2-2, three-quarter court pressure. Hensel throws it away. She was trying to feed it to the left side. Eli picks it off. Turnover starting to pile up for the Dragons. Here's another drive by Fields, off glass and in. She's got 14, and Cathedral has its biggest lead of the game at 56-47. New Palestine led this 36-31 at halftime, but it's been all Cathedral in the second half, and a big reason why is the Dragons have had to battle a lot of foul trouble and play with a patchwork lineup. Dragons working around to Rachel Kelly. She puts it off the glass and in. And the Dragons have cut their deficit to 7. Addie Jones will come in at the next dead ball for New Palestine, as she's had to sit for a substantial part of the second half with 4 fouls. Lee has it. Feeds Finn, who comes back into the game. Tried to throw it underneath. It's knocked free and stolen by Ackerman. Ackerman on the run. Up to Gizzy up the right side. She scores. Isabella's first points of the second half. The Dragons are within 5 at 56-51. Get a stop and push it up the floor in the fast break, and the Dragons have been good in transition in this game. Lee to Eli. Baseline. Has the ball knocked out of bounds by Corinne Marshall. It'll stay with Cathedral. Addie Jones will check in, replacing Corinne Marshall. So it's Hensel, Jones, Kelly, Gizzy, and Ackerman, the 5 on the floor for New Palestine. Lob, Lee inside. Looking for Bremer, and Anna Ackerman is going to be called for her 3rd foul. That's the 6th team foul on New Palestine, and now 4 of the Dragons' 5 starters have 3 fouls. Of those 4, Jones has 4. Lee underneath to Bremer. Takes Ackerman to the middle, puts it off glass and in. Katie Bremer's got 8. Cathedral leads it again, 58-51. Rachel Kelly has it knocked away in the press, and it's stolen by Cathedral, picked up by Finn. Another Dragon turnover. They've got 14, and most of those have been in the second half. As this game is completely flipped, Cathedral was down 5 at halftime, trailed by as many as 8 late in the second quarter, but now has a 7-point lead. Courtney Fields drives from the wing to the basket, puts a high off the glass. It's no good. Addie Jones fighting for the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Looks like it was last touched by Eli, but they'll say Addie Jones was the last to do so. Looks like Eli provided the momentum that forced that ball out, but it must have grazed off of Addie's finger. Now we have a whistle away from the ball and a foul on New Palestine. This is the 7th team foul, and will send Cathedral to the line. Faith Hensel commits her 3rd. So now the entire New Palestine starting lineup has 3 fouls. Or more in the case of Addie Jones, who has 4. So this will send Mia Finn to the line. She's 1 for 4 today. It's a 1-and-1. 58-51, Cathedral leads. And Finn swishes the first free throw. Finn will have 1 more coming. We will see Grace Marshall check in after Finn knocks down the second free throw for her 13th point. She's the 3rd Cathedral player in double figures. So Grace Marshall replaces Rachel Kelly in the Dragon lineup. So the original starting 5 out there, the Dragons having to climb out of a 9-point deficit with 5.5 to go in the game. Addie Jones across midcourt to Gizzy. She'll split a double team, take it to the basket, count the basket, and she draws the foul. Isabella Gizzy, a good strong drive from the left side, draws the foul on Bremer. She'll have a 3-point play opportunity. Isabella with 17. And her game today has been getting to the basket. She's now 9 of 9 from the line as she completes the 3-point play. 18, 5 shy of her career high, which she has set and then tied in her last 2 games. Cathedral breaks the press. Eli, block-to-block feed to Finn off the deck. Off the glass, it's a little too short. Finn gets her own rebound, can't get this one to go, and Marshall has the rebound for New Palestine. Isabella Gizzy will bring it up. 5:04 to go. Dragons trail it by 6. Gizzy with it high right. Crosses over, feeds into the corner for Ackerman. She wants 3. It's a little too strong. Gizzy fighting for the rebound, knocked out of bounds. No, it was knocked free. Saved in bounds by Gizzy, but her foot was on the out of bounds line. And possession goes to Cathedral. Good hustle by Gizzy, but her foot was on the out of bounds line as she was trying to save it in. 4:50 to go. Dragons show full court pressure. Cathedral breaks it to Finn in the front court with a long pass. She'll bring it up top to Courtney Fields, who has 14 points all in the second half. She's been a big reason why the Irish have been able to retake the lead. Over to Lee. Up top, they work it over to Fields on the right side. Fields takes 2 dribbles, launches a 3 off the dribble, and knocks it down. 17 for Fields, and the deficit, they call it a 2. So that's 16 for Fields, but the deficit is 8. Now the ball's knocked free in the backcourt, saved by Gizzy into Ackerman, who's able to bring it across midcourt. Now to Grace Marshall, and she is fouled. She was trying to get over the defense from Mia Finn. And that'll be Finn's 4th foul. She becomes the first Cathedral player with 4. Only the 5th team foul on Cathedral, so the Dragons will inbound. Trailing by 8. Inbounds pass to Ackerman, left corner. 3 in the air is a little too strong. And the rebound tracked down by Clara Lee of Cathedral. 4:05 to go. 4th quarter, Dragons trail it by 8. Fields guarded by Addie Jones, works it up top. They'll work it through Bremer, back up to Fields on the right side. Lob to the right block to Eli. She's in a triple team. Eli is able to go block to block, and she throws it away. She was trying to get it to Katie Bremer, and the pass didn't connect, went out of bounds. That's the 15th Cathedral turnover. Nyla Bingham will check in for Cathedral, replacing Eli. Dragons trailing by 8 with the basketball. And Isabella Gizzi will walk it up. 3:43 to go. Gizzi uses Marshall's screen, takes it to the left wing. Feeds Ackerman up top. She wants 3. It's off the back of the rim. Flying in to get the rebound as Addie Jones hooks it out to Hensel. 17-footer off the front of the rim, no good. Jones fights for the rebound, but it comes down to Courtney Fields. The Dragons have had looks here in the last few possessions, just haven't been able to get them to go down. Cathedral's Lee has it right wing. 3:18 to go. Gizzi guarding her. Over to the right side to Nyla Bingham. We'll work it up top to Fields. Over to the right side again to Klein. 3:05 to go. Cathedral more than content to run clock with an 8-point lead. Lee over to the right side to Katie Bremer. Guarded by Ackerman. Bremer splits a double team, gets the basket, puts it up with the right hand and scores. She's got 10, and Cathedral wants timeout. 2:51 to go in the ball game. Dragons trailing Cathedral 64-54. And a 30-second timeout is taken by Lisa Finn. We'll take one as well. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com, presented by All-Star Turf Management.
Catch the Shot Photography is your hometown photographer. Locally owned by Brenda Adams Turk and David Turk, Catch the Shot is dedicated to providing quality photos of your family, seniors, sports, and special events. We offer custom designed products including sponsor banners, photo collages, senior banners, and much more. We look forward to catching the shots with you. Contact Catch the Shot Photography at 317-620-1240 or catchtheshot.com.
And we welcome you back to the Dragons' Den. New Palestine trailing Cathedral 64-54. 2:51 to go in the ball game. The Dragons trailed by 8 early and then led by as many as 8 in the second quarter. Had a 5-point lead at halftime, but Cathedral able to outscore the Dragons by 10 in the third quarter and then have since extended the lead even further. Addie Jones' 3 from the top of the key is blocked and taken down by Klein. As Fields drives the lane, tried to fire it inside. It was kicked by New Palestine. And so possession will stay with Cathedral. I think one key here for the Dragons as well. They got to the line often in the first half. They were 12 of 14. They were just 1 for 2 from the line in the second half. Cathedral is 8 of 8 after going just 5 of 11 from the line in the first half. Inbounds pass comes to Bremer. She puts it off the window and in from the right block, and now it's a 12-point Cathedral lead. And now we have a steal in the backcourt, but a traveling violation. And so each team turns it over. Well, no, we have a traveling violation on New Palestine. So when it rains, it pours. And the Dragons right now just struggling to get much of anything going on either end of the floor, as Cathedral has taken what has been a close game and turned it into a double-digit game. That one of those games where the score is a lot worse than it's going to look like a blowout, and it wasn't. As Isabella Gizzi commits her 4th foul on a drive to the basket, and Fields will go back to the line. You know, this is going to look like it's a comfortable win for Cathedral on the scoreline if this holds, but it is anything but. Just a game that got away from the Dragons in the last few minutes. as Fields knocks down the first free throw. She has 17, all of those in the second half. 67-54, Cathedral in the lead. And Fields with one more. She misses this one. Addie Jones with the rebound. Isabella Gizzi will push it across midcourt. Explodes to the basket, puts it up with the left hand, scores, and draws the foul. Gizzi has 7 in the quarter. She has 20 now for the game. That's her third consecutive 20-point game. Klein commits her first foul. And Gizzi will go to the line to try to complete a three-point play and cut this deficit to 10. Finn will replace Bingham in the Cathedral lineup. And Gizzi misses the free throw. Rebound collected by Bremer of Cathedral. Ackerman ties her up. And the possession turn favors the Dragons. And so the turnover will give it back to New Palestine. 67-56, Cathedral leading. 1:58 to go. Dragons trying to crawl out of an 11-point deficit that has been as high as 13 all late. Here's Ackerman driving, drawing a foul. She can't get the shot to go, but she'll shoot a pair. This foul is called on Courtney Fields. That's her third. So Anna Ackerman to the line. She is 4 out of 6 tonight from the stripe. She has 12 points. 67-56, the Dragons trail. 1:53 to go in the ball game. Ackerman's first free throw is good. That's her 13th point. Ackerman's got one more coming. And it is in the air and perfect. She's got 14. The deficit back into single digits at 67-58. Inbounds to Fields. Dragons show full court pressure. Bremer brings it across and is fouled, crossing midcourt. And let's see who they get on this one. It's Elena Miller. That's her first. So this will send Katie Bremer to the line. She's a 78% foul shooter. She has not shot a free throw in this game. She has 10 points. There's 4 Cathedral players in double figures. She is one of them. Fields has 17. Klein has 13, and Finn has 13. Dragons with 2 in double figures. Gizzi with 20, and Ackerman with 14. First free throw from Bremer is no good. She missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Gizzi with the rebound. Dragons trail it by 9 with the basketball. 1:45 to go. Gizzi again splits a double team. Leaves it a little too strong with the left hand. And Bremer with the rebound. Ahead to Klein. Klein crosses midcourt. Hooks it inside. The ball knocked free. Loose on the floor. And it's a jump ball as Addie Jones and Bremer tie each other up. And the possession turn favors Cathedral. Kelly is in for New Palestine, replacing Ackerman. And Finn returns to the Cathedral lineup. 67-58, Cathedral leads. In a game that's been significantly closer than the score currently indicates. Lob inside, picked off by Addie Jones. Jones will bring it up the right side into the lane. Pull up 14-footer, good, and draws the foul. They committed the cardinal sin of fouling a jump shooter. Addie Jones in transition knocks the shot down, and the Dragons are within 7. And Finn is fouled out of the game as well. She will finish the day with 13 points. And Addie Jones now with an opportunity to cut the Dragons' deficit to 6 and make this a 2-possession game. She does not as she misses the free throw. Cathedral with the rebound. 1:22 to go. And the ball knocked free. Fields in the backcourt picks it up, and Cathedral is granted a timeout. It's a full timeout, so we'll take 1-2. 1:19 to go in the ball game. Dragons trailing Cathedral 67-60. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com.
With a former Dragon star in Bloomington, all eyes should be on the Hoosiers football program this year. HoosierHuddle.com is a free and independent site that has covered the football team since 2013. They provide roster analysis, player profiles, interviews, game previews, wrap-ups, and more. You can follow them on Twitter at Hoosier_Huddle or visit HoosierHuddle.com to keep up with your in-state favorites.
You're listening to The Dragons on NewPalRadio.com.
1:19 to go in the ball game. New Palestine trailing Cathedral 67-60. The Dragons had a 36-31 lead at halftime, led it by 8 late in the second quarter, but Cathedral took the lead in the third after the Dragons had multiple starters on the bench with 3 or more fouls and has not relinquished it. The Irish led it by 5 at the end of the third, have led by as many as 13 here late. And they'll inbound on the baseline against full court pressure. Does Cathedral lead a Bremer. And she's able to outlet it to Courtney Fields. She's fouled crossing midcourt. And this will send Fields to the line. And this is the 10th team foul, so this will put Cathedral in the double bonus. It's Grace Marshall's 4th. And so that's the one thing that when you have to foul to get back in the game, complicates things because Marshall, Jones, and Gizzy all have 4, so they can't foul. Fields misses the first free throw. She made her first 7. She has missed her last 2. She has 7 of 9, and from the line it has 17 points. Ackerman back in, Kelly out for the Dragons. As Coach Sarah Gizzy substituting offense, defense. Fields has 1 more free throw coming. It is in the air, and this one is good for her 18th point, 8-point Cathedral lead. 1:10 to go as Gizzy brings it across midcourt to Elena Miller, back up top to Gizzy. Isabella drives to the lane, defender goes down, blocking foul is called on Katie Bremer. That's her 3rd. Cathedral fans don't like the call. Both fan bases have aired their grievances this afternoon, and this time it's the Irish fans' turn to do so as Isabella Gizzy to the line, and they say she was in the act of shooting, so they're going to give her 2 shots, even though that was the 9th Cathedral foul. Gizzy's got 20, now 21 as she hits the first. It's her 3rd consecutive 20-point game. She had 23 against both Pendleton Heights and Beech Grove. Gizzy hits both for a 22nd point. Dragons down 6, a minute 5 to go. Gizzy steals the inbounds, puts it up, can't get the shot to go, but she'll draw the foul. Gizzy with a crafty steal of the inbounds pass. She couldn't get the shot to go, but she draws the foul, and it's a 6-point game with Gizzy going to the line. So Isabella, 11 of 12 from the line today, now 12 for 13 as she hits the first. It's a 5-point Cathedral lead. She's got 1 more coming. It's in the air and good. 4-point game. Gizzy has her career high. We're in the final minute. Backcourt, Fields is in trouble. She's fouled. Dragons can't believe the call. No, timeout is granted to Cathedral. Okay, the Dragons were somewhat shocked that a foul had been called, but Cathedral was granted a timeout before then. So we'll take one too. 59.3 seconds to go. Dragons trail at 68-64. This Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com. Presented by All-Star Turf Management.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234.
And we're back to action as Cathedral breaks New Palestine's press. They did not take the full 60 on that timeout. Final minute. The Irish throw it away. Courtney Fields had it up top, was trying to hook it into the corner, and she just flung it out of bounds. And she is getting up very slowly. Looks like as she went up or landed, may have landed awkwardly, and she's going to head to the bench. She is walking very gingerly. So Darren Eli will replace Courtney Fields, who has 18 points. She heads over to the bench. 47.8 seconds to go. The Dragons trailed by as many as 13 late in the fourth quarter. They've cut the deficit to 4. Isabella Gizzi across midcourt. 45 seconds to go. Gizzi across to Grace Marshall into the corner for Anna Ackerman. Lobs into the block. Addie Jones puts it off the deck, off the window, and won't go. Jones gets her own rebound, has her shot blocked, and Katie Brimmer has the rebound. You got the look you wanted. It just couldn't go down, and Elena Miller fouls in the backcourt. A really solid play, just couldn't get the shot to go. It's going to have been the story for the Dragons here in the second half, as they've had good looks, and just not enough of them have gone down. Elena Miller commits her second foul. Bremer to the line to shoot 2. Cathedral leads it by 4. She's 0 for 1 today, but she's a very good free throw shooter and shows why there as she swishes the first for her 11th point. It's a 2-possession game. Cathedral leads at 69-64. Bremer swishes both free throws. It's a 6-point Irish lead. Elena Miller loses the handle. The Dragons pushed it up against the press, and Miller was trying to make a move and kind of got caught between passing and dribbling and lost the ball out of bounds. Courtney Fields is back in for Cathedral, as whatever malady she had has healed, and so the Irish with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Fields catches the inbounds pass in the backcourt in a trap. Addie Jones cuts her off and fouls out of the game. And so Addie commits her 5th foul, and this will send Fields back to the line. And so Addie Jones comes out. Rachel Kelly will replace her. Addie finishes the night with 9 points. And Courtney Fields back to the line. She's 8 for 10 on the day. She has 18 points. All of those coming in the second half. That exceeds her average of 15.8. She's added one more as she hits the first free throw. It's a 7-point Cathedral lead, so it's a 3-possession game now. Sarah Gizzi does have a couple of timeouts left if the Dragons need to stop the clock. Fields hits both. So the deficit is 8, 72-64. Darren Eli back in, replacing Fields for Cathedral. Gizzi catches the inbounds pass finally after it rolls across midcourt. Slides to the left side. Gizzi up top to Marshall with 19 seconds to go. Marshall drives into the lane, puts up a runner, a little too strong. Rebound to Eli. Marshall hugs her, and that'll be Marshall's 5th foul. And so we'll again make the 84-foot walk. And Grace Marshall becomes the second Dragon and third player to foul out of this game. Corinne Marshall will replace her. Grace finishes the day with 5 points. And so Darren Eli will shoot 2 free throws. She's got a 50% average. She's 0 for 1 on the day. First free throw is good. And that makes it a 9-point game. And so right now it's pretty much academic as the clock is dwindling, and it's now a 4-possession game as Eli hits the second free throw. 12 seconds to go. Gizzi across midcourt. Step back 3 from the top of the key is good. Gizzi knocks down her 27th point. The deficit is 7, but time is going to run out as the Irish bring it across midcourt, and Cathedral uses a big second half, scoring 43 points after halftime to come from behind and take a 74-67 victory over the New Palestine Dragons. Our D&D Strictly Storage Best in Sight Family Eye Care postgame show commences momentarily. Dragons fall today 74-67. This is Dragon Basketball on NewPalRadio.com. Our broadcast presented by All-Star Turf Management.
D&D Strictly Storage in New Palestine is your home for storage needs. D&D Strictly Storage offers a wide variety of storage sizes from 5 by 10 feet up to 10 by 30 feet. They also offer indoor and outdoor parking for your boats and RVs. Locally owned and operated by Don and Maria Blackwell, D&D Strictly Storage is who to call for your storage solution. They're located on County Road 400 West, just north of the railroad tracks in New Palestine. Call them at 861-9231. Again, that's 861-9231 for D&D Strictly Storage. Mention this ad and get your second month free with any rental.
Best in Sight Eye Care has been the leader of quality vision and eyewear in New Palestine for more than 20 years. Our experienced doctors, Tim Huffman, Mark Habig, and Colin Clairbout, use the most advanced state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. At Best in Sight Eye Care, you will find professionals who are dedicated to providing exceptional personal service to everyone who walks through the door. We are conveniently located on Arbor Lane in New Palestine. Just follow US 52 west of Mount Comfort Road. To schedule your appointment, visit bestinsighteyecare.com or call 861-4100. Give your vision the level of care it deserves. Mention this ad for 10% off your glasses purchase.
All-Star Turf Management is the best choice for the lawn you really want. Our superior lawn care services, including fertilizer, weed control, aerations, mowing, and more, are designed to improve and maintain your property season after season. Our combination of using the highest quality chemical products applied by educated, licensed professionals is what your property needs to become a place we both will be proud of. With flexible scheduling and service programs, we have a package that's right for your lawn and your budget. Locally owned and operated by Nathan Johnson, All-Star Turf Management is proud to support the New Palestine community and Dragon Athletics. To learn more or for a free estimate, call All-Star Turf Management at 861-1234 or visit myallstarlawn.com. That's 861-1234 or myallstarlawn.com for All-Star Turf Management.
You're listening to The Dragons on newpalradio.com.
It's time for the D&D Strictly Storage Best Insight Family Eye Care postgame show as the Dragons fall today 74-67 to the Cathedral Irish. Andrew Smith with you. On a day where the Dragons got off to a slow start, they fell behind early 14-6, but then roared back to take the lead 20-17 after a quarter, and then led by as many as 8 in the second quarter before Cathedral cut it to 5, 36-31 at halftime. But foul trouble really was the story of the day for New Palestine, as they had to play large portions of the third quarter without Isabella Gizzi and Addie Jones, who both had 3, and in Addie's case 4 fouls. And that stretch was when Cathedral took the lead for good, 52-47 after 3, and eventually they pushed the lead up to 10 early in the fourth and as high as 13 before the Dragons mounted a late comeback. They got it as close as 4 and had the ball down 4 in the final minute. Addie Jones had a really good look underneath. It just wouldn't go down, and the Irish were able to put the game away from the free throw line and win it 74-67 over New Palestine. Let's take a look at the final scoring numbers in this one. Isabella Gizzi with a career-high 27 leading the way for New Palestine. She had 6 field goals. 2 of them were threes. And she was 13 of 14 from the line. She scored 14 of her 27 in the fourth quarter. Anna Ackerman finished with 14 points. 12 of those came in the first half. She hit 3 field goals, 2 of them threes. And she was 6 out of 8 from the line. Addie Jones had 9. She had 4 baskets. 1 of them was a 3. She was 0 for 1 from the line. Faith Hensel had 3 baskets for 6. Rachel Kelly had 6 off the bench. She had 3 baskets, was 0 for 1 from the line. Grace Marshall had a 2 and a 3 for 5. Corinne Marshall and Elena Miller both played but did not score. So for the Dragons, 8 players play, 6 score. They had 21 field goals, 6 of them threes. They were 19 of 24 from the line. Cathedral was led by Courtney Fields, who scored all of her 20 points in the second half. She had 5 field goals. She was 10 out of 12 from the line. Katie Bremer had 14 points. She had 6 field goals. She was 2 of 3 from the line. Caroline Klein had 13. She had 4 field goals, including a 3. Her first 3-pointer of the season, as a matter of fact, and she was 4 out of 6 from the line. Also, Mia Finn with 13 points. 11 of those came in the first half. She had 5 baskets, and she was 3 out of 5 from the line. Clara Lee hit 3 threes for 9 points. Darren Eli had a basket, was 2 for 3 for 4. And Nyla Bingham had an early basket for 2. Also, Catherine Klein played but did not score for Cathedral. They had 9 players play and 8 score, 4 in double figures. 25 baskets for the Irish, 3 of them threes. They were 21 of 30 from the line. Dragons led at 20-17 after a quarter. 36-31 at halftime after a 16-14 second quarter. Cathedral outscored the Dragons 21-11 in the third to take a 52-47 lead, and Dragons were outscored 23-20 in the fourth quarter as Cathedral wins it, make that 22-20 in the fourth quarter as Cathedral wins it 74-67. And so let's take a look around the conference. 2 other games going on, one of which has just started, and that was Shelbyville taking on Delta. And also, we do not have a score from that one. Pendleton Heights was taking on Shenandoah today, and that was an absolute barn burner. Went double overtime, and that game turned out Shenandoah knocking off Pendleton Heights 83-74 in double overtime. Of course, Pendleton Heights, a potential sectional opponent for the Dragons. We'll find out the sectional draw tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. IHSAA TV will have that, and then we will have more basketball for you next week. Lots of basketball. Our next broadcast is tonight. Boys basketball, the Dragons taking on the Franklin Grizzly Cubs. It's a 7:30 tip-off. Paul Gable and I will have the call for you at 7:25. And then we will continue with the Basketball Fest. 5 games in 4 nights next week. Our next girls basketball broadcast will be Tuesday as the Dragons take on Lawrence Central. That game will be YouTube only on Tuesday night, the Dragons against LC. And that'll be a 7:25 airtime, 7:30 tip-off. YouTube only on Tuesday, the Dragons against the Lawrence Central Bears. The boys will be in action on Tuesday as well at Warren Central, and Mike Petrie will have the call on that one on newpalradio.com on Tuesday night, 7:30. Dragons against Warren Central for boys basketball. And then more boys basketball here Wednesday, YouTube and radio coverage as the Dragons take on the Heron Achaeans. And then Thursday night, the girls back home for their final regular season game against Ritter. And right now, the start time 7:30 p.m., so we'll have the broadcast on both the audio and visual outlets on Thursday night. And then the boys back home Friday against Yorktown. And again, YouTube and audio coverage of that one. Today, our final 74-67. Cathedral knocks off the New Palestine Dragons. And so I want to thank you for joining us. I am Andrew Smith saying good day. So long, everybody. Our final score again, Cathedral 74, the Dragons 67. We'll talk to you again tonight from Franklin, 7:25 airtime. This has been a presentation of the CrossCom Sports Network in conjunction with New Palestine High School Athletics.
Thank you for listening to Dragon Basketball on newpalradio.com. Tonight's game was brought to you by All-Star Turf Management, D&D Strictly Storage, Best in Sight Family Eye Care, Pork Vet Solutions, Hoosier Huddle, Real Life Church, and Catch the Shot Photography. Thanks for listening. Join us next time for more Dragon action on newpalradio.com, presented